Words of clan mother Ahnissi to her favored daughter. Ahnissi tells you, you are no longer a mewing kitten, and you have learned to keep secrets from Ahnissi, and so Ahnissi tells you. In the beginning there were two littermates, Anur and Fadumai. After many phases, Fadumai said to Anur, "Let us wed and make children to share our happiness." And they gave birth to Alkosh, the first cat. And Anur said, "Alkosh, we give you time, for what is as fast or as slow as a cat?" And they gave birth to Kenarthi, the winds. "Kenarthi, to you we give the sky, for what can fly higher than the wind?" And they gave birth to Magris, the cat's eye. "Magris, to you we give the sun, for what is brighter than the eye of a cat?" And they gave birth to Mara, the mother cat. "Mara, you are love, for what is more loving than a mother?" And they gave birth to Serendar, the runt. "Serendar, we give you mercy, for how does a runt survive except by mercy?" And many phases passed, and Anur and Fadumai were happy. And Anur said, "We should have more children to share our happiness." And Fadumai agreed, and she gave birth to Hermora. She gave birth to Hirsin, and she gave birth to Meruns, and Mephala, and Sangin, and Shegorath, and many others. And Fadumai said, "Hermora, you are the tides, for who can say whether the moons predict the tides, or the tides predict the moons? Hirsin, you are the hungry cat, for what hunts better than a cat with an empty belly? Meruns, you are the Jakajit, for what is more destructive than a kitten? Mephala, you are the clan mother, for what is more secretive than the ways of the clan mothers? Sangin, you are the blood cat, for who can control the urges of blood? Shegorath, you are the skooma cat, for what is crazier than a cat on skooma?" And Anur said, "2 litters is enough, for too many children will steal our happiness." But Kenarthi went to Fadumai and said, "Fadumai, mother, Kenarthi grows lonely so high above the world where not even my brother Alkosh can fly." Fadumai took pity on her and tricked Anur to make her pregnant again. And Fadumai gave birth to the moons and their motions. And she gave birth to Nirni, the majestic sands and lush forests. And she gave birth to Ajura, the dusk and the dawn. And from the beginning, Nirni and Ajura fought for their mother's favor. Anura caught Fadumai while she was still birthing, and he was angry. Anur struck Fadumai, and she fled to birth the last of her little far away in the great darkness. Fadumai's children heard what had happened, and they all came to be with her and protect her from Anur's anger. And Fadumai gave birth to Lorkaj, the last of her litter, in the great darkness. And the heart of Lorkaj was filled with the great darkness, and when he was born, the great darkness knew its name, and it was Namira. And Fadumai knew her time was near. Fadumai said, "Jakaje, to you Fadumai gives the lattice, for what is steadier than the phases of the moons? Your eternal motions will protect us from Anur's anger." And the moons left to take their place in the heavens, and Anur growled and shook the great darkness, but he could not cross the lattice. And Fadumai said, "Nirni, to you Fadumai leaves her greatest gift. You will give birth to many people, as Fadumai gave birth today." When Nirni saw that Ajura had nothing, Nirni left smiling. And all Fadumai's children left, except Ajura. And Fadumai said, "To you, my favorite daughter, Fadumai leaves her greatest gift. To you Fadumai leaves her secrets." And Fadumai told her favorite daughter 3 things. And Fadumai said, "When Nirni is filled with her children, take one of them and change them. Make the fastest, cleverest, most beautiful people, and call them Khajiit." And Fadumai said, "The Khajiit must be the best climbers, for if Masar and Secunda fail, they must climb Kenarthi's breath to set the moons back in their courses." And Fadumai said, "The Khajiit must be the best deceivers, for they must always hide their nature from the children of Anur." And Fadumai said, "The Khajiit must be the best survivors, for Nirni will be jealous, and she will make the sands harsh and the forests unforgiving, and the Khajiit will always be hungry and at war with Nirni." And with these words, Fadumai died. After many phases, Nirni came to Lorkaj and said, "Lorkaj, Fadumai told me to give birth to many children, but there is no place for them." And Lorkaj said, "Lorkaj makes a place for children, and Lorkaj puts you there so you can give birth." But the heart of Lorkaj was filled with the great darkness, and Lorkaj tricked his siblings so that they were forced into this new place with Nirni. And many of Fadumai's children escaped and became the stars. And many of Fadumai's children died to make Nirni's path stable. and the survivors stayed and punished Lorcaj. The children of Fadomai tore out the heart of Lorcaj and hid it deep within Nirni, and they said, "We curse you, noisy Lorcaj, to walk Nirni for many phases." But Nirni soon forgave Lorcaj, for Nirni could make children, and she filled herself with children, but cried because her favorite children, the forest people, did not know their shape. And Ajura came to her and said, "Poor Nirni, stop your tears. Ajura makes for you a gift of a new people." Nirni stopped weeping, and Ajura spoke the first secret to the moons, and they parted to let Ajura pass. And Ajura took some forest people who were torn between man and beast, and she placed them in the best deserts and forests on Nirni. And Ajura, in her wisdom, made them of many shapes, one for every purpose. And Ajura named them Khajiit, and told them her second secret, and taught them the value of secrets. And Ajura bound the new Khajiit to the lunar lattice, as is proper for Nirni's secret defenders. Then Ajura spoke the third secret, and the moon shone down on the marshes, and their light became sugar. But Ifer heard the first secret, and snuck in behind Ajura. And Ifer could not appreciate secrets, and he told Nirni of Ajura's trick. So Nirni made the deserts hot, and the sands biting. And Nirni made the forests wet and filled with poisons. And Nirni thanked Ifer, and let him change the forest people also. And Ifer did not have Ajura's subtle wisdom, so Ifer made the forest people elves always, and never beasts. And Ifer named them Bosmer. And from that moment they were no longer in the same litter as the Khajiit. And because Ifer had no appreciation for secrets, he shouted the first secret across all the heavens with his last breath, so that all of Fadomai's children could cross the lattice. But Ajura, in her wisdom, closed the ears of angry Anur and noisy Lorcaj, so they alone did not hear the word.